Hello everybody, sorry I muted myself. I muted myself so that way I could just like do my out loud talking without like getting involved or worried or anything. And so now that I am actually on stream now, I'm not going to be muted anymore. Go figure. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Pupcakes, because I had just completely forgotten that I was muted and I was just going to keep rambling for like 10 minutes straight, which would have been awkward for everybody involved. So yeah, working on comics. And then doing all the other thing too. So yeah, we're gonna finish this comic up hopefully within the next hour and a half. Hopefully within the next hour, really. And then we're going to move on to the Sanics. You know, I keep saying we're going to do the Sanics. I just keep putting it off, and that's no bueno. So yeah, how are you doing tonight, Pupcakes? There we go. Let's give that a little bit more edge to it. Make that a little bit cleaner. Doodling? What you doodling? I know what I normally say about making sure that the make sure that the Crimson Fly shapes work before I put in the lighting, but I'm a goober. Retractable banner ideas? What? Wait, don't you already have a retractable banner? I thought you did. Could have sworn you did. Or maybe I'm just imagining it because your display has got so much stuff on it already. So wait, you're making another one? What? Well, I guess you can never have too many retractable banners. And of course, if your art gets better, then eventually you have to get to a point where you have to evolve it anyway, so... Need another one. I'm going to trust your infinite con wisdom on this. So now we're giving that a little bit of another 2. What? Wait, what do you need with 2 more banners? Also, why did that do that? Okay, don't close. There we go. And to make sure I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that one's not no bueno. But this one is, though. And that way we give this a sort of the illusion of speed lines. It's gonna be great. For next month's display, so nervous. Ray, are you doing the show in December? That's the brush. I don't want the brush. I want the eraser. Let's see. Kind of need that. I like that. Man, I'm so mad at Holiday Matsuri in Florida. Oh wow, that is a drive. Are you driving or are you flying down there? Because as somebody who's, like, as I get older, I have less tolerance for driving by myself. Although, wait, your husband will be driving with you, yeah? 12-hour, oh my god. I don't know that I could do that anymore. That sounds no bueno. Speaking of which, I need to change Nightbot so that people give me bits rather than just like, hey, cheers are nice, but what are they? So now we have some motion. So now we have some motion blur on this. And it's great. We don't want to abuse the motion blur. Although actually we kind of do want to abuse the motion blur. Who am I kidding? But we want to abuse it in one direction though. We want to make sure none of these are left behind. We want our line to be no holes, because we want our line to be confident, or at least as close to confident as we can make it look. the thing to remember is that our lighting is coming from the ground, or rather below the crimson fly, so that's why our shadows are sort of reflected the way they are. Oh, Pupcake starts, be right back. Okay. But yeah, our lighting's coming from down here. So imagine a spotlight shining on the crimson fly like that, and that's what's causing the shadows to reflect that way. The easiest way to think about lighting when lighting a comic character is just pick a place where the lights are going to come from. And the shadows have to be opposite that, and the lights have to be as close to that as possible. So there is that. Oh wow, I gave him a massive hood. I wasn't paying attention when I drew the thumbnail. That's a goof on my part. And erase. And whoop, draw a line. We almost have a crimson fly, a full crimson fly. Well, that's not true. We don't have a full crimson fly, but we don't need to see the bits that we're not seeing. So. I'm kind of mad I missed out on this game because it seems like it was better than the original. It just had the misfortune of coming out on the Wii U. Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'd really like to not lose the arm I just... Why, Flash? Why are you doing this to me? Alright, let's try now. Let's grab the lasso. There we go, there we go, there we go. Alright. Alright, so what we need is change that to red. Let's go in here and erase that because that's going to bug me forever. Alright, so we have our character. We have him. We have them locked into their let's give him a background. Let's tone down our brush just a little bit though. Alright, so I like that, but I don't like that it feels uniform. It doesn't feel like it's coming from a perspective. So let's get rid of, oops, wrong tool. This is in Photoshop. I hit the wrong button. Delete. These lines are a little too thick for my liking. This is still our background. So we need them to be pretty dang thin. There we go. Now we have a dragonfly falling off a building. How do a kid with wings fall off a building anyway? To be fair, we're going to answer that as soon as I finish this panel. But I gotta admit, that's the thing I love about comic strips. Don't really have to worry too much about backgrounds. That's not entirely true. You really should be worried about your backgrounds, but they're not as pressing as, say, comic pages, wherein if you don't have your backgrounds, you're kinda screwed. That and throw some white on top of it, so that way we have some starlight. It's kind of cool. Turn that off, turn that down to 25%, make that black. Break that apart. Alright, so let's add some rain, because that's what's happening here. What? In rain, not ink. Still ink. Okie dokie. Oh, right, because that hotkey doesn't work in. Thank you, brush tool, or rather, mouse. Let's throw in some black here. Oh, apparently somebody's bath time is over. Should really zoom in for this, but I don't really care. Call me slightly weird. So it's all too symmetrical. And I'm gonna have to go back and erase some of that white. That part. Alright, now so make everything slightly invisible so I can, oh my god, that's a mess. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this layer, we're gonna break this panel, take it off this layer, put it in front, turn that off, and boom, now I can see what I'm doing. So we have a little bit of an eye here. Fill that in too. Cupcakes friends, okay, back. Welcome back, Cupcakes. How are you? How did whatever it is that you need to go do go? Those are words. Pretend I said them in the proper order. That. Oops, go in here, because there's one more thing I need to do. Not in white, though. In black. I had to walk the pupper. Aww! Well, thank you for coming back, because if it was me, pupper would have been probably stayed. I probably would have, like, oh, sorry guys, I'll catch you in the next stream. But thank you for coming back. Actually, I probably would have been in a rush to walk pupper and make sure that pupper got all their walkings in early, so not early, but you know what I mean. Probably would have been like, okay, Papa, we're gonna run, and then it'd be like, why are we running? So I can get back to the stream. Okay. All right, so I'm cheating that, and that's just not working. So let's draw a head. Go in behind here, and then cool. So now F7, we have a ruff. What the heck are they doing? I don't even want to know what they're doing up there. That's not the line I want. This is the line I want. Oh god, they have harmonica in this song. Wait, why would you stop at the harmonica solo? No, go back to Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Oh, that reminds me, Pupcakes, you wanted to talk about Sonic Boom. I forgot to ask about that because I didn't get back in time for your before technical difficulties were kept being a dick. So, what did you want to talk about with Sonic Boom? Let's group that together. We're gonna make another group. Can't remember. Aw. Oh well, maybe next time or maybe in your stream. God, this like soundtrack has all my favorite instruments. I'm so mad I missed out on this game. Maybe I can still find it on Wii U. And group that. And a red. Yeah, right here. Whew. Okay, so it is visible. It's just like, why is it not visible? That being said, let's put it.
Yo.
Whoa, hey Jiggy.
Hey.
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm actually watching Kurenai Kiba's stream on Instagram on my phone while I'm doing this. She's making a bouquet out of comic book pages.
Why?
for her wedding.
Still, why?
What do you mean why? They're not like expensive comics. They're like the crappy like 10-cent ones. Chill out.
There's no such thing as crappy. Well, okay, there's actually plenty. Chick tracks are suck, but that's not the point.
Because it's cool.
Buy newsprint then, or buy newspaper.
Why? It's not the same. The whole point is she has all like Batman and Superman comic pages.
Well, I get that, but still, no. Also, it seems like Flash is gonna be a derp tonight.
Flash is gonna be a derp tonight?
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, because I'm gonna have to save and close the file and reopen it.
Oh, that Flash. Because we're talking about comics. When you said Flash, I thought you meant like, you know, the Flash, and I'm like, what?
No, not that one.
I know. Like, I had to switch gears for half a second. I'm like dead ass tired right now.
Oh, what did you do?
No, I just like, I only got like 3.5 hours of sleep last night because I was playing Assassin's Creed till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't realize what time it was. I was doing the whole, well, I'll do one more mission. It'll only take like 5 minutes. Hour and a half later.
Well, whose fault is that?
Mine. But whatever. The point is, I had no sleep. I go to work. I get through all my tasks by like 1 o'clock, so I'm sitting there trying to find stuff to do. And then my boss has been like, you could tell when he walked in, he usually talks to us for 5 minutes. It's like, good morning, blah, blah, blah. How was your weekend? How's your Thanksgiving? Walked in, got his coffee, went back to his office.
Somebody's in a bad mood.
Oh, it was like, you know, neon Vegas lights, body language. No, found out that, remember how I told you that I'm waiting on that project?
You guys didn't get it, did you?
It was due today. I was supposed to have the thing in my hand today. She emails him, apparently she had emailed him at 4:50 on Friday saying, oh, I'm gonna get started with the outline and layout, but I'm gonna use this template, what do you think? So she's not using the template that we told her to use, and it sounds like she didn't even start it yet.
Ooh, and it was due today?
The template that she was supposed to do, like that, like the outline and stuff, was due today for me to start working on it. It's not there, it's not done, and it sounds like it's not even started.
That sounds like a fireable offense.
I don't know what's going on, but he was, like I said, my boss was like pretty pissed off today. And I think I'll talk to him tomorrow because I know he was talking with her manager all day, trying to find out, like, get a time, like, when are we getting this? Blah, 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 blah. And
I mean, that's not necessarily fireable offense, but that's like really, really bad.
It's really, really bad. Here's the
kicker?
You already know this. Yeah, the kicker is it's not just any e-learning project. It's an e-learning project with a hard deadline of January 1st for the English version, and it's done and it was requisitioned by a stakeholder.
Ooh, no, I didn't know that part. That's bad.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my god, like, and I'm glad they kind of picked me because I am fast. So I'm like I have a 2 to 3 week window to work on this as of today. But something tells me I'm gonna have to like be like asking for like
overtime.
Yeah, because like if they need it done within that 3 week time period and she's not giving it to me till probably the end of the week / next week, like
that's a problem.
I may be fast, so like it's only 4 modules, so I do 6 in like a week, so it's not bad. But that's not the issue.
Well, yeah.
like I don't wanna like oh god. So yeah, so that happened today.
That sounds like, not amusing.
No, I'm laughing now because I'm like, I can't do anything about it because I don't have anything in my hand, so I can't do shit.
Also, Pupcake says hi.
Where? I'm in your chat room. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, she says hi, Jiggy.
Hi, Pupcakes.
There you go.
Like I said, hi. Yeah, like I see her in the thing. Like I'm on your channel page and I'm looking at the chat room and it's like, ah. So.
Well, if you're on your phone, it doesn't tell you if before.
I'm not on my phone. I'm not on my phone. I'm on my computer.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was. I've been on your stream for like 2.5 minutes now because I'm using your work timer.
Nice. Yeah, no, what's great about that is that there's an app called Twitch Timer. You just go to twitchtimer.com, and basically allows you to use OBS's functionality, browser window functionality to create a timer that's on screen. The problem is that there's no sound.
There's no like alarm for 0? Okay.
Yeah, so I also have the old alarm running in the background too, so that way I don't just work past the mark.
Right.
So that was a problem with the old time with Twitch times. I work past them, like, okay, well, like, this is not a great spot to take a break, nor is it a what's the word I'm looking for? It just wasn't a great place to stop.
Right.
So I was just like, let's have both running at the same time. So that way you guys know how much time there is left on the work timer, but you also oh god, that's way too much detail. So let's turn that up a little bit.
That's way too much detail. Ah!
Well, because the wings are the same color as the raindrops. So I need the wings to stand out from the raindrops, or like otherwise you just get a Jackson Pollock painting, or the roof of Star Wars.
I know that's not funny, but I think it's funny.
Well, to be fair, Chris Pratt made it funny, even if I think that's personally a plot hole. Because he says in like he alludes to like to his self-care habits by saying if Gamora's shown a black light on his roof, it would look like a Jackson Pollock painting. And I'm like, you were 12. You did not like Jackson Pollock at age 12.
Right.
But the rest of the movie was good enough that I'm like, whatever. That's still not good. I need that frame to be a different color. Or I need that frame to be a different color. It's either black or white, so.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
No.
Sorry. Everything's a song.
Everything is a song. So we're gonna copy that. We're gonna put it in the same spot. We're gonna blow it up just a little bit. Turn off the magnet mode. And turn the brightness up to 100%. So that way that creates an outline. Where you can both see you can see the stuff on the side, but you can also see the panel gets its own outline too. So there's that. So yeah, every so once in a while, whenever it's funny, the Crimson Fly's wings will make an appearance.
When it's funny.
Of course, when it's funny. Because otherwise, it would be no bueno. Actually, before we do that, let's take you out of this frame. Cut. Paste that there. Bring that down. So what else are you working on? I know you were just making food a while ago, but
yeah, I had to make food, and then like I said, I did the laundry. I watched the first. Well, I still have her running, but I was watching like the first 5 minutes of her doing her of Kunai's bouquet because I thought it was pretty interesting, and run the laundry down, and then now I'm working on making a landing page design.
Ooh, for
my
your nice
website, just so I can like start getting. It's like I keep absorbing all this information. I'm like, okay, now time to put it to use. Yay!
Oh, like with the JavaScript?
Yeah.
Ah.
And I know for mine, I'm definitely using Angular, and I found like this really cool thing to make it look pretty.
And for those in the audience who have no idea what Angular is, aside from being a fish type.
Yeah, it's it's what we call a framework.
Which means?
Which means you use it. Frameworks come with like code snippets and stuff like that. So when you're working in a certain coding language, it's easier to just grab it, go, and specifically this framework is what we call modular, so that you can update parts of the website without wrecking the other parts.
Cool beans.
Yeah, that's always nice. Be like back in the old day, It's like, oh, I'm just gonna change this tag, and then it's like, oh crap, you didn't know where that tag was, so now your entire website just crashed.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're currently listening to the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze soundtrack.
Nice.
Which is amazing, and I'm sort of mad I missed out on this game when it came out on Wii U. Well, because it came out during the Wii U's death spiral.
Oh, okay.
So it's this sort of weird mixed grab bag of, was it actually bad? I mean, general critical consensus is no, it was actually really good. It just had the misfortune of coming out on the Wii U.
Right.
Which is kind of frustrating because I think like the entire Wii U's library should be ported over to the Switch for that reason. Because it's kind of unfortunate. Like there was a lot of really good games on the Wii U. They just were on the Wii U.
No, I agree. I mean, the Wii U definitely. I think the Wii U, however, like the quote-unquote death spiral, even in its death spiral, like the Wii U still reached an audience that the other two weren't touching. So I mean, there's some people I know that still have their Wii U and they play that thing all the time.
Oh, I haven't sold mine. In fact, I was contemplating at some point picking up Tropical Freeze specifically because I still have my Wii U and I can plug it into Elgato. And I think I'm going to change my my Friday streams from being work streams to being
Game stream?
Yeah, mostly because I need a game day, but I also need a day that doesn't involve streaming, so I can't do Sunday or like Tuesday or Thursday. Like I just get home too late.
Right.
Or I get home late enough that I don't want to do anything. Like if my schedule was such that I got home around 4 or 5, then I'd be like, okay, sure, I'll stream. But that's not how the cookie crumbles this quarter, so. I also have a sneaking suspicion that no student wants to work a 8 a.m. class, no matter how convenient that is for me. So there's that. So I think Fridays are going to be my game days, so that way I can have a game day, because otherwise I bought the Elgato for nothing, which would suck a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got it for that reason.
Plus, it's not like any of my other toys where they can be repurposed into something else. It's like, no, this is for streaming games. Plus, streaming Mario Odyssey and streaming Mark of the Ninja was actually a lot of fun. The 2 times we did it. Even if I had to make a new Mario Odyssey file wherein I didn't beat the game already.
Right.
It's funny because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what would I stream other than, because I don't really want to be chasing the most popular Wii U games.
No, just stream what you like to stream. I mean, people are gonna like what they like. I mean, I think Drastic has like a good following with all he does is he plays Lego, like the Lego games and wrestling and stuff like that. Like he doesn't play the popular games.
Well, I mean, I get the wrestling. I don't get the Lego.
I think he does he.
Oh no, I know his base exists. I'm just saying that for me, I'm just like Legos. Okay, y'all have fun. And it's like not even a disdain for Legos, just like Legos on a computer. It's like let's see if you can see it. If you look up top, can't really see it. I'm not gonna carry the camera all the way up there. There's 4 Lego sets up there that I haven't opened. That I do at some point plan on opening. Actually, no. Technically, there's only 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
So, I do at some point want to open them, but I want to make sure that I'm A, not in the process of moving somewhere, or B,
right.
My niece won't break them. Like, she lost my Falcon figure at one point. I was just like, normally I wouldn't care, but you've killed, like, you've lost one of my minority figures. I can't really afford to be losing those.
Right.
Like there's Falcon, Sam Jackson, and Miles Morales, and that's it for diversity. So no, you can't be losing my toys. So I just haven't opened the other ones yet because the Doctor Who set was like $60, and I was like, that's.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Partially because it was part of that Creator Clubs thing.
Oh, okay.
And partially because it's a good mid-sized set. Like, you don't just get the interior of the TARDIS, you get the exterior, and the exterior basically can either fold into a phone box or can act as the door set for the interior.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's pretty much the best you were gonna get too, because I mean, like the logistics of the TARDIS for a Doctor Who Lego set, or just even for a toy set, is just not feasible.
Right.
So that was what it was. But yeah, like $60. I'm not opening that. Which is funny because I don't really know when I would open it either, because that requires a permanent address of some sort. Like, it's sort of for the reason why I haven't put any. Whenever I work anywhere, I almost never seem to put toys on my desk. I'm like, this is not guaranteed to be permanent. Which is a kind of paranoid outlook, but I mean, it's also true in the animation industry.
Yeah.
Oof. Speaking of the animation industry, so that blog post.
I didn't even, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I saw how long it was, I got through a few paragraphs, and I was like, yeah, I kind of heard him talk about this already. I'm like, alright, so, yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because, like, there were a few people who did read through the entire thing.
Wow. I applaud you people. A lot.
Alright, so why is this not working?
I don't know, man.
No, I was within the group and it didn't like that.
Oh, man. Wait, what? Okay.
No, Flash is being weird, and at some point during my break, I'm gonna have to just restart the entire program.
What?
Well, it's kind of been on all day, and the entire computer's been on all day, too. So, neither of them really likes me right now.
Lovely.
Well, the good news is that it's not crashing, because that would be... or stalling out, because those are the real warning signs. Those are basically saying you need to stop what you're doing, save, and come back to it, or restart and come back to it.
Right.
So when I restarted the file, wait for the last one. There we go.
Bless you. Oh my god.
Thank you. No, you always gotta wait for the last one.
Yeah, my coworker I think does like, he always has like, I keep forgetting he has 3 sneezes and then he's done, but I keep saying like, bless you, and I'm like, oh wait, I gotta wait like a minute. Yep.
It's always weird because some people either will wait for it, or they wait for the last one, or they'll say it with each and every one. But if you're fast enough, they get kind of frustrated, like, oh, why are you so fast? Are you sneezing? I'm like, because I want to get whatever it is that's plugging my nose out of my nose. I don't do this just so I can get the bless yous.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm sneezing because I actually have to sneeze.
But yeah, it's like even just writing the that blog post was basically got me thinking even more about the prospects of moving. Like Bleeding Cool ran an article about the dude who's only one like step of denial away from admitting that he's living in poverty as a comic artist.
Oh, the Batman comic? Yeah. I just saw the title. I'm like, the title alone just made me like, yeah, that's already depressing.
Well, no, the artist himself is like Batman 66.
Yeah.
And some of the comments were like really unsympathetic. I'm like, really?
Wow, people. Well, some people.
Not some, most people. Even that just got me thinking. I'm like, I'd be crazy to try and move out to California just to work a studio job. Like, that's just, I don't know. I would, even just writing out that essay, I was just like, dude, is this the thing I really want? Like, I mean, it is, but it isn't. Because
Is the juice worth the squeeze, as Larkins would say?
pretty much. Because my big, Pupcakes writes, Chrome decided to close itself, but I possibly figured out stream labels, maybe. Yay! What you can do, Pupcakes, is run a stream test to make sure that everything's working without having to, you know, actually be on stream and then test it out the hard way. I mean, that's what I'll do. That's actually what I did with the stream after Mark of the Ninja. Was testing out stuff in Elgato with I always say it weird, Elgato.
El Gato. Los Gatos.
Oh, I sound like a white dude trying to sound Spanish. Elgato.
El Gato. Well, they named it that. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do, dude.
I guess because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you named it after you named it either, depending on how you decide to interpret it. You either named it the cat or the cake. I mean, technically the L means that you named it the cat, but hey, who's splitting hairs? So yeah, I just haven't found time to play with it. I mean, I suppose what I could do is play it during the breaks, but that just is not a... Actually, that is viable. I could do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's way too dark for it.
I mean, that being said, not really knowing what I'm doing, or rather knowing what I'm doing, but like in certain games that's not viable. Like a Sonic game is totally viable. Because each level takes about 3 minutes. But, you're not working. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Is this Gear Getaway? 54 minutes. Sorry, it's a song I'm listening for. At the 54-minute mark. Rodent Ruckus. Rocket Barrel Ride returns.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, this is a song that we're listening to.
Okay. I'm just like, huh?
Well, no, because in Donkey Kong Country Returns, what they do, one of the ride levels that they do is they have a, you're on a giant rocket barrel.
Right.
And, like, I used to love the song, but I also hated it because it took me, like, maybe a year into owning the game to figure out how the controls were actually supposed to work.
Oops.
So I would only get maybe about 30 seconds into the song before I died, because I wasn't playing the game right.
Okay.
And then once it finally got to a point where I'm like, oh my god, I'm past the 45-second mark, and this music is so distracting, and then I died.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
Well, blame the game, not the player. I'm gonna check something really quickly. Okay, Elgato's being weird. That's weird. So,
why is Elgato weird?
Probably because the Switch wasn't on beforehand. Sorry, that was just a hot button check for that, just to see if that's working. Mostly because we're about to run out of time in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Although that being said, actually making pretty good time, because that means that by 8:30-ish we'll be done with this, and I can move on to, actually no, I did want to group that, but I want to change that to white first. But that means that we can move on to Sonic for once, as opposed to working on this all night. Which I don't mind, actually. In fact, I'd rather people want to come here for Crimson Fly rather than coming here for Sonic. But actually, let's not do that.
But it's Sonic.
It is Sonic.
I'm just messing.
Oh no, I feel ya. But that's still black. I mean, that's still red. Oh, that would be cool though to have it in red. or in the Crimson, but that would just be a pain on the eyes. So they revamped it for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds amazing, and I lament not having played this game even more.
This is so sloppy. I don't care. This is just a layout anyway.
Okay, so these arts just do not work. That's the problem. Oh, I forgot the sound effect. Fudge.
Well, that's interesting.
What, forgetting the sound effect, or the whatever it is that you did to break your
No,
site?
your sound effect. Where's my eyedropper?
Well, because I'm used to either A, using actual sound effects to convey the point I want, or I'm used to or I just don't use sound effects at all.
Right.
Because one of the things I always used to hate about Stan Lee's comics was just the constant narration of what the character was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I try to keep it like relevant, but also a little bit vague too. So that's why it's just like instead of saying, "Oh no, my wall crawling ability failed," it's like, "No, magic sticky powers, why?" Because again, the important thing to note is that the character doesn't know why they have powers. They just know that they do.
Right.
So it makes or similarly, like, who's dumb enough to chase the criminals up a building in a rainstorm? This dummy, that's who.
It's like this person.
But basically, as the more that I can convey without like outright saying it, the better I think the art works.
Okay.
As opposed to something more mundane like oh no, the wind is knocking me off the building.
Oh yeah.
It's like the wind is too strong. Yeah.
Cheesy 90s dialogue.
Oh, it's older than the 90s. And as much as I like to harp on Brian Michael Bendis for letting his plot sort of run away with him, I do very much. He has modernized dialogue a little bit. All right, so stop.
My poster down this week? What?
Oh, what is it? What is this?
Oh, it's Facebook Insights.
All right, because you're still doing that. Well, I say that, but knowing that like the only reason I'm not doing it is because my comic's not up yet.
Yeah.
All right, reset. Yep. Check that to 3 minutes. Break. And play the clock while I figure out why Elgato's being weird.
Okay. You know what? How about I just design something fucking nice first and then we'll deal with this.
Alright, so.
A new folder. Alright.
Okay, so that's working.
Waits for Sunny. Ah, that's funny.
Okay.
Waits for Sunny D to get home and fix it.
I need a Sunny D to fix my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Elgato's being weird. That's the problem.
Well, see what happened was...
Elgato sound capture.
Eternal.
Elgato.
Yeah, I think that's how I do that.
That's the sound capture.
I should have used that before.
No, I don't want you to find it. I want you to break it back up. Okay, that's annoying.
Oh, with no context, that search result was bad. Okay, hold on.
What did you do?
I found something called, it's called, BD Materials. BDM for short, and I just put BDM in the search thinking, oh, I searched, like, all programming stuff. No, the League of German Girls or Band of German Maidens.
Well, that's not what came to mind in my head, but I'm glad that that's what came to mind for you.
I was like, that was the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. Angular BDM. Thank you.
So Elgato's sound capture's working. Elgato, one moment, please.
Oh, it's Bootstrap.
Okay, so now that's working.
MD Bootstrap, that's what it was.
Let's see.
God, my shit is slow. Wow.
So, I messed up, Pupcake's right, I messed up Jiggy. Alright, so it's going between the two,
What do you mean you messed... What'd you mess up? Oh, I hacked up OBS. You can't... No.
Be right back. Gonna,
Restart, yeah. No, I'm gonna say OBS does that. I feel like they all do that, but then again, I can't say anything.
Configure video.
I can't get the button. GitHub and NPM.
Wait, no, what? You turned off again.
Oops. Oh my god, this thing's not done installing. I have to install.
Not that it matters, because my break is over, so I gotta get back to work anyway.
It's like,
Elgato. Okay, cool. Now it works. Okay, well, in the next break. We'll do that. But for now, let's get back to work.
Now?
Let's get back to the boring thing. Alright, Twitch timer. Set the timer.
Look up other stuff while I wait for my thing to get.
Save that.
Head start.
Reset the clock. Okay, what are you doing?
Are you okay over there?
No, it's being dumb. Like, you see how it started counting down already?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now it started proper, which means reset, start. All right, we are back. We are back to business and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we last left our Crimson Fly. They had just landed. Well, not landed yet.
What?
Hmm?
Package install failed. Blah blah blah. Operation not permitted. I am the administrator. You dip.
I have no idea what you're doing, but it sounds interesting.
I'm just trying to start up the application. Like, I'm trying to build the application or the web app, and all I have to do is just type in ng new whatever. Oh god, that means I gotta waste 10 minutes deleting everything it did because it didn't install everything.
Wait, you're installing a web app on your computer?
Well, no, it installs the packages for you to build the web app. Like, there's thousands, yeah, literally thousands of files that go into making a web app that, the way I do it, or that it's done now, all it does is it installs the base for you, so that all you have to do is install this, you have the base set up, and then you just change it, you just change it however you want it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but the problem is it says it didn't install all of the stuff that comes with it, which means I now have to do like 5 to 10 minutes of deleting because there's literally 30,000 items it has to delete.
That sounds no bueno.
Yeah. Memento hubby.
I assume you were talking to your actual hubby and not me. Oh, one moment. Hubby is calling. Oh, I get it now. tonight's a quiet stream. This music's not ominous or anything. I'm not just creeped out at all. Oy, oy. That. Turn on that. Grab that, put that up here. And underneath that, add some blacks.
Alright, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, Hubby got off work. He was supposed to get off at 8:30 and get home at 9, but,
That didn't happen.
No, he's coming home now. He was supposed to work an extra hour only because one of their coworkers was out today. But, but his coworker was like, nah, but he got done early because he's that good. So his coworker's like, I'll just clock you out. Just go.
Nice.
Yeah. So...
I am drawing rain. A crap ton of rain.
Drawing a crap ton of rain?
Yeah. Although I might try and do more weather effects in the future. Like, I was watching a Tony Zoo video about how Akira Kurosawa always put weather effects in his videos, in his movies, to give them a sense of movement, to keep them from feeling static. So I don't really entirely know how that's going to work when there's no movement at all.
Right.
But it doesn't mean I shouldn't try.
Right. Got my drink. I'll wait like 5-10 minutes and I'll go down and make hubby's thing. Oh good, it's done fucking erasing. I don't know who that is. I like how 516 numbers show up on my phone because that's the Long Island area code number.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's trying to get me to think it's like one of my friends. It's like, no, I have all my friends. Get out of here. Spam. Spam telemarketers. Let's see. What I need in that folder.
I just heard words I didn't think I was ever supposed to hear.
What?
I can't repeat them on stream.
Oh, okay. Send me in a PM.
Yeah, that'll have to wait for the break. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to hear whatever it is, what I think I just heard.
You have like 8 messages, none of which I don't. Oh, that's not bad.
You might want to mute them because they're coming through on the OBS.
They're gonna be all silent. It's those spam marketers where when they get the voicemail, they're quiet for like 10 seconds and then they hang up.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, whatever. Yay. It's like the only thing about like having headphones on. Like, where's that? Shoot.
What did you do?
Nothing. I was gonna go look for something while I'm waiting for this package to install all the stuff so I can restart again. It takes like 5 minutes because my computer is slow.
Man, everybody has to restart all the things.
No, I have to. Terms coming in. I have to get what's called a virtual machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I can dedicate all processing power to it. So when I install packages to create web apps, it doesn't take 5 minutes. It takes like 5 seconds. Where was I going? Oh yeah, because Sheila put in stuff for Artist Alley.
Who?
There's another Baltimore convention going on. I'm trying to find it. Your name is your birthday plus the last food you ate. Well, May, Atomic, Rice. I'm Atomic Rice.
What?
Your superhero name... Yeah, one of those Facebook things.
Mine's the Crimson Fly. We all know this.
Ah!
I don't know, I don't like those quizzes anymore because I'm just like, okay, but who are you giving my information to?
Animore. That's what it is. It's a 3-day convention, cultural thing in Baltimore. And it's 154 table for 3 days.
Yeah. Do they have a rep?
Oh, it's that Black Materia dude.
Who?
He's the... I'll have to do it again. He's the guy that, like... It was funny. Animore is run by a group called Black Materia. Haha. And, the guy that runs it apparently has a reputation in the Mid-East for... he did some shady shit.
Uh-huh.
But apparently it's popular. I mean, but it's only 150 for 3 days at the Hyatt Regency?
That sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, why not? But the funny thing was, when I looked him up, because a mutual friend of ours who does a lot of charity work for inner city kids with art, so you know who I'm talking about, he was gonna go to check it out, and then I messaged him on Facebook on his page. Like, I didn't go through Animore's page, I went through his page. And then I guess Animore saw it, because I think his page is public too. Animore saw it and said, oh, half those allegations are false. Here's a website where we prove everything. It's a website they made.
Any defense that has to start with those allegations are false? I mean, to be fair, like, you know, when they say that, like, there's a modicum of truth to that you have to say that, but still, what? That doesn't sound like a good sign.
I mean, you're talking about, like, last year or 2 years ago, I might have said something. And I just remember the guy who runs the entire thing, he's been run out of apparently central anime cons and stuff like that. And now he's on the East Coast. And like I looked it up, and he goes, "Oh, a lot of those allegations, he said something like, these are not true. You know, here's a website explaining."
Yo, G, could you check my my stream for a hot minute? It says 2000 network error.
No, you're still streaming on my end. Your work timer says 47, 30,
yeah.
33.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, that was weird. There was like a weird networking error, it said.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, no, you're fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So he sends me a private message saying, those allegations are false. Here's a website explaining everything in our position. It's the website they made to just tell their side of the story, and they have no links to any court documents yet or anything.
That's not, like, even without that, the fact that you're...
That's like the IRS saying, yeah, we didn't, no, we can prove we didn't screw you over with taxes. Here's a website that we made explaining it.
I don't even care about that bit. Like, you shouldn't have allegations against you, period. You really shouldn't.
I know.
Like,
no,
I know Weinstein has skewed our sense of justice, but, like, most normal people don't have any sort of weird allegations against them. Like, that's just not a thing that we do as normal people. See, I was almost about to ask you for the information, but now I just don't even want it. I'm sorry. That's just, like, no.
It was something weird that made me, like, when I read everything, and then I read, like, a lot of the reviews, and there were some good ones on there, but when the majority of, like, the crap that's going on is bad, I'm like, I don't know if I even want to deal with that. Like,
I do not.
Convention. As great as the deal is for 3 days in Baltimore conventions at our hotel, you know, no.
Like, that's just no bueno.
Yeah,
because that feels like that's another scandal waiting to happen.
Yeah, I forgot what it was too that he was kicked out for. I can't remember, and it wasn't. I don't even think it was con related, but like I said, it's been 2 years. I would have to go back and find exactly what it was, but I just remember I looked it up. It seemed sketch. I warned our friend, like, hey, just FYI, he has this reputation apparently in the Midwest, and that's why he's here on the East Coast. And like I said, then he PM'd me telling me that he has his website explaining everything, and it's like I said, when I realized it, first off, hello, like, I'm not going to check your website out on the back end. Are you serious? It's a website he runs and stuff like that they made. I'm like... And it was paid for by his lawyers. I remember something like that. Something really, like, you know...
Scummy.
Yeah, I was like, this... Like, you may run a good anime, and I forget, like I said, if I can only remember what it was. It was something bad enough that I was like, I'm not giving a dime to this anime convention at all. At least for me, I was like, no.
That's just too much shade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then Sheila Sunshine put up on Artist Alley World, and then of the link to the thing, and then someone already said, I heard it wasn't good. So yeah, that's about par for the course.
Yeah, that's just like I said, I was about to ask you for that information, and now I think I will not do that.
Galacticon. Oh yeah, I should email Galacticon.
Galactichois?
Galacticon. It's in Columbia, Maryland. It's not far. It's like a 1-day con.
Oh, are they taking applications for that?
Yeah, it's one of those things where they have applications up until the day they do it because they're a small con, so they always have room.
Yeah, because I remember
fine room.
I ran into a friend of ours, and because I don't think he has an online handle, so I can't use his actual name.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
And he was really enthused about that, and I was just like, a 1-day con? I can do that.
Well, it's not even just that. The one thing I like about all the 1-day cons I've ever done, like Cecil Con, Galacticon, I went to a con in Delaware. It was only an hour drive, so I was like, it's worth it for the hour, whatever. There was like 2 in Delaware that I did, actually. Now I'm trying to, one was Underground Comic Con, I forgot what the other one was. But like any 1-day con I've done so far, they've been well run, and because they know they're small, like they go above and beyond in service and, you know, getting you whatever you need. yada yada, and resolving issues. And you're talking about, I think a couple of them were even high school cons, like our one friend's con that's at that high school down south.
Oh, what, Creator Con?
Yeah, like they're all well run. I was like,
yeah, I think I'm gonna try for Creator Con next year, because my first year was not a good experience, but I also had a really crappy display.
Not only that, you were stuck, like, they put baby in a corner, to put it mildly.
I was very angry.
I mean, you can always ask him, be like, hey, since my comic's not really, your comic's not really something people are used to seeing, maybe you can ask, like, hey, is there any way you can, like, at least put me in towards the front entrance, or at least in the cafeteria?
Well, I'm also not selling apps anymore, or CDs anymore, so.
Right, but even then, your comic is not common.
Yep. Story of my goddamn life.
Colin, you're just not common. You're like a, what we call in magic, a rare.
Well, it's funny because, like, I was explaining to I was explaining the idea to a friend of mine, but it was really frustrated about the whole idea of, like, because he wants to make a animated series, and we were both talking about how kind of weird and unfair it is that, like,
God, and he wants to make an animated series by himself?
No.
Oh God, I was gonna say.
This is a different friend.
Oh God. Okay, but still. Oh
God. Like, one of the things that he wants to do is he wants to make an animated, an animated short. And one of the backing companies that he pitched it to was just like, hey, well, you know what you need to do? You should make a webcomic and build traction that way, so people will want to support you. And I was like, look, if this was Power Rangers, I would be the Green Ranger. And not because of, like, a weird power fantasy where the Green Ranger is my favorite, but, like, when you look at my resume of skill sets, it's really freaking diverse.
Right.
And I'm also the kind of person who likes to work by myself and then swoop in at the last minute, like a la Proto Man, and go, this is how you fix this. This is how you fix your stuff. And everybody's like, oh, how did you do that? I'm like, it's not that hard, guys.
Because I do all the things.
That also means that it's, like, it's kind of hard to replicate what I do. So it's like, oh, hey, you do all the things and you're always weird and unique and niche. Well, guess what? The real world doesn't like weird, unique, and niche. They want normal. And I'm like, but I don't want to be normal. You told me not to be normal. It's like, yeah, we didn't mean that. We didn't actually mean that. So now I'm stuck being weird in a world that wants normal. Like using a comic strip to tell a long-form story using animated elements. So I love how the Crimson Fly starts off on a fail, ends on a win, and then converts that win into a fail. But it's a less severe fail than it would be if they had failed the entire way through.
Right.
Let's face it, this would have been a lethal fail if they'd failed all the way. So can't kill my protagonist yet.
Oh, I'm on their artist list for this year.
What, for CreatorCon?
No, for Galacticon, but I didn't get billed for my table yet.
Nice. I should sign up for Galacticon.
Wait, no, they might not have updated it.
So you're saying it might be for last year?
Yeah.
Did you go last year?
Yeah, I went last year.
Oh, I guess I went the year before that.
You weren't at last year's, because I definitely would have remembered seeing you there.
To be fair, most people remember seeing me at conventions. Speaking of which, like, writing that, the blog post about CTN took so much out of me that I didn't do any of my, my follow-up emails, which I need to do tomorrow while I'm at work.
Well, since you decided to write a dissertation, I mean...
Hey, I write because I care.
I know.
Although a friend suggested submitting it to Medium. Mostly because I think Medium is like the YouTube of literary posting.
Okay.
So I set up a Medium account. I haven't posted it yet because I think it still needs a little bit of editing before I just let it go. But still.
Oh my god. I have a hangnail today.
What did you do?
I got like a hangnail.
You?
Sorry.
Well, I mean, let me actually look that up because now I'm like, do I want to? Am I actually supposed to?
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Like, mine are small, so I just yank them out. But some people get them, the ones you're gonna find if you look on the net, it's gonna be like, you know, the most gross ones possible, so don't do it.
That is true. That's usually how that rocks. That's usually how that rolls. Man, sometimes I love making comic strips because it's like I don't have to worry about the backgrounds. And that's not entirely true. The backgrounds still do need to make sense, but they don't have to. I don't have to stress for them as much as I do with comic pages.
Right. No. Okay. Yeah. Dude. So their tables are $70 this year.
What? Galacticon?
Galactic. Yeah.
That's
for
not,
a day.
That's not bad.
Yeah, for a day, and it's long hours too. I'm trying to remember what the hours were.
When is it?
Saturday, February. Yeah, the vendor artist thing is still up. Here, I'll just put it PM thingy.
Because that can be my my January February con. Thank you.
It's right on the homepage too. Artist vendor sign up right there. I was like, okay, click.
Yeah, no, that can just be my January February con.
Right. I mean, I have all these cons that a lot of the cons I applied to this year are ones that like you send in the payment as you apply and it's automatic tables. It's like I just gotta send in my payment, but like one is reserved not paid. Yeah, one is like 150 and then it's like 85. CecilCon I'm still waiting. CecilCon I do have to check to see. Like that's they'll tell you if you're in, and then but it's only 45 for a table. Ooh.
Oh, nice. And that's in Delaware, yeah.
CecilCon? No, it's in Cecil County. It's here in Maryland, but it's still an hour north because it's in the boonies. But like, you know, the two biggies are Universal Fan Con, which they want $250 for a table for 3 days, and Keystone Comic Con, which they also want $250 for 3 days. So, about that.
Wait, when are they? When are the due dates for those?
I don't think there was a due date. I think those are the two because I was like, okay, those are the two that are like, I have to send in a payment with. I have to send in the payment
with the application.
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, you need to send back payment, send follow-up email to complete application. Yeah, I have to send the follow-up email because I need to pay that one thing, $150. The 4-State Comic-Con, I just need to send back the application with the payment, and I'm guaranteed a table. Okay. But the Universal Fan... Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 4-State Comic-Con, it's $85. It's in Hagerstown. That's the one I was telling you about earlier. You just send in the application, the payment, it's a table. It's the first come, first serve thing. Which
2 seconds, Jiggy. Yeah? Yep.
Cupcakes, are you back yet?
Okay, I'm good.
Cupcakes is not back yet.
Well, she's waiting for Sunny D to fix her thing. I don't know, it's like this last weekend, and today have been kind of quiet. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Although I think it's a lot of it's just like people still coming back from the holidays, and then also going back into the holidays.
Right.
So I think most people's years are either over or about to be over. And hopefully somebody's presidency is about to be over too.
You know what? I'm not even gonna get on that train until I see, unless that warrant is filed and charged. I'm not holding out any hope.
Oh no, me neither. But there's a lot of rats jumping ship.
Well, apparently Flynn's like flipping big time. So.
I wonder what Mueller has on him.
He ain't gonna. This is one of the things where they don't leak anything, because it's like...
Well, the second you leak it, then everything just changes.
Yeah, so...
And suddenly all the rats start fleeing ship.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see, what did Sheila say? I don't think it's updated. I was still up there and hadn't replied to their email about coming back at all until yesterday. Okay, so they didn't update their website, so that website's from last year. I'm gonna keep that I am up in case they respond, so I can be like, hey! I haven't talked to Indy in a while. I'll probably email her later.
Oh, the friends?
Yeah, just people I meet at cons. No,
it's a good practice.
Once in a while.
It's a good practice.
Yeah, once in a while. I mean, cause she does kind of a different circuit than I do. So, and it's not even just that. Like, she's a little more successful, so she goes like way out in the U.S.
I mean, to be fair, that is the ultimate goal.
Right, but she's a fine arts skilled painter. Like, she does realism, and it's amazing.
Huh.
Let's close all these things because they don't need to be open. My phone and eating up my battery life.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Okay, I'm just gonna run with it, and hopefully it doesn't crash when I use it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, oh, I guess, no, there's more than just you and me and Nightbot.
No, Hydrogen's in here.
Hey, Hydrogen!
That works. Wait, what?
Well, Hydrogen's just lurking, because I think Hydrogen's either still at work or just, or chilling out for the night. Which program are you interested in your
No, I'm just trying to, like, it said in, some of the stuff didn't install on the thing, and it's like, you know what, I don't care, I just want to build it and just get practice being, like, whatever, so I'm just installing an add-on that gives me stuff to make it look really, really nice. And I'm hoping that it doesn't screw up the add-on, because it missed a couple things in the main. Fuck. Never mind.
It is invisible. I just need it.
Oh my god, I hate you. Alright.
What did you do?
No, it didn't install it. It's saying I have to run as root administrator, and I'm like, I am the root administrator. The hell? 5 minutes of deleting. Let's go.
That sounds not fun.
No, I think I'm gonna... Did I delete it? I'm just gonna run it from my virtual machine. See if that, like, make sure... Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up all that nonsense.
That sounds not fun.
Well, it's easy. It's just a pain. Once you configure a virtual machine, it's just, I'm trying to remember now, like, I wonder if I still have I wonder if my UMUC email is still valid, because then I can just use the free one.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'm gonna have to download a new one and reinstall it.
You know, it's funny, because, like, all this talk of virtual machines makes me remember, like, how Adobe Flash and Adobe Animate would also have a sort of mobile environment for cell phones.
Right.
As a testing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But, like, okay, you know the difference between operating systems, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have Android, you have iOS, but also you have Windows, and then there's, so you're familiar with like Linux and
all that jazz.
Right. So I'm running Windows, but say I want to build and make sure my stuff runs on Linux, I can run a virtual machine that runs a Linux OS.
Ooh,
and
yes.
build everything in there. And so it's like I might as well just run a virtual machine, even though it'll run Windows OS, because I don't care. I just need it to be able to do stuff without me getting an error every like 5 seconds.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yes, I'm running a virtual machine for Windows OS because my personal OS is being a POS.
Wah, wah.
I know. That was bad.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's just a sad trombone noise because your computer's failing at life.
Well, it's not failing. Like I don't know why it's not like administrator. Like there's no one else like that can use this computer but me.
Or is there?
Well, there's a login for hubby, but I have a login on his too. But we only set logins on each other's computers so that we can set up the family Steam thing, so I can download games from his Steam library and vice versa.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll figure it out. And you know what? I kind of wanted to, you know what? It's kind of good practice. By the way, if you guys anyone else ever going to start doing programming, you probably want to separate like all your programming stuff away from like stuff you do on the computer because of all the crap that's involved. Like, I'm not really doing the best practice, but I'm like, I only have one hard drive, so whatever. But
yeah, I'll probably end up in a similar boat.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna move all my art, video, and editing, like all the artsy stuff, because I have a 4 terabyte hard drive. I'm gonna move all that stuff to there, install the Windows operating system on that, obviously, put all my art and video and creative stuff on there, and then my hard drive that I have now in my computer is 1 terabyte, which is more than enough and is fine. But I'll just wipe everything off of that and just make that like my programming operating system.
Yeah, I'll have to probably go the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because like my art is kind of my focus.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. When you boot up the computer, it'll ask you, which one do you want to work with today? This one.
I didn't want to do that though.
Alright. BRB, I think. Oh shit, I gotta go make something. Be
What
right
did
back.
you do?
I forgot something.
Wah, wah. Oh, yay. Almost done with this, and then we're gonna do some Sonic. I keep promising that, but this time it's actually gonna come true. Beautiful. Break that apart. Alright, I think we have our comic. Yay! Oops, let's make that a guide real quick. Yeah, that's bugging me. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna make some quick changes. Duplicate there. Change that to the black. 25. There, now we can actually add some rain. Save, because I know the Flash is going to crash on me. It's going to suck a lot. Change that to... No, don't do that. Change that to white. One last frame and then we're good. I will promise to stop saying that. Alright, now we're done. Yes. Well, we're done with this anyway. Oh, what? Where's that mask? That mask is not working. Yay! Alright, we're done with this comic strip. Awesome. Alright, so what's next? Hey, Moon the Troller. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? There's like 10 minutes left, but what the heck? We'll open some Sonic. See how that goes.
Sorry, I forgot to make sandwiches for hubby.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yes, I had to go run and do that real quick.
It's all good. So yeah, we finished the comic strip, and now we're doing some Sonic, as promised. I'm doing Moomerite's doing good, and yourself? I'm doing all right. Let's see, what do I still have left to do? Okay, I have a lot left to do. I don't know what I was thinking when I said I was questioning what I had to do.
Switching the laundry over, because I got an adult.
Yeah, that's fun. I haven't touched this in forever. Mostly because I hate cleanup. It's funny because even more than I hate cleanup, I hate coloring. Oh, I got pretty dang close to finishing this up. Just had the last section to do. It's gonna suck. Well, it's not gonna suck. I have to actually start working on it. This is gonna hurt my hand though. Not that much. It's like when my hand finds things that it knows it's gonna hate, it just like, yeah, we're gonna hurt for a little bit until you stop doing the unfun thing. I'm like, no. Hydrogen writes that Sonic animation looks A+. Well, thanks, Hydrogen. Yeah, I've been working on it for a while. Problem is that now we're at the part that I hate doing, is cleanup. Like, you can shove me in front of pre-production all day long and I will, like, bang it out for you, like, in a hot minute. But the second you make me do cleanup, anything cleanup related, it takes a while. So what I'm doing is I'm going through one color at a time, basically having my main colors laid out. I like to call it action figure coloring, i.e., you lay down a base layer and you just lay down layers on top of that until you get to the topmost layer. And it keeps me from losing my mind, for the most part. Because if I tried to do every color for every single frame all at once, I would just, like, go crazy. I think I tried that back when we were in school.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the next best thing would be to do a line layer and just do color fills underneath it. But the problem with that is that you don't always get all the color fills that you want. So you might as well just do the line underneath anyway.
Right.
What are you stressing out about, Jiggy?
No, I'm just dumping the laundry into the washer.
Ah.
So I had to lift the thing. Oh, this is not as big as I thought. I could probably put it on a medium.
Yay.
Medium load.
Whew. So the cool thing about this is that this is kind of mindless work at this point. But that being said, it's boring to me working on it, so I don't understand. So while I appreciate you guys still being here, I would also totally appreciate if that's not your thing.
Alright. That's meant to.
Yeah, I'm so mad I skipped out on this game because it is actually really good. Or at least the soundtrack. It's weird because there's very rarely a game where the soundtrack is good but the game isn't. Like, I think Sonic 06 is the one exception to that rule. Where the music is really good but the game is just really, really bad. But I've also never seen a game with bad, with a good game with bad music either. So it makes me wonder how much I missed out on this game being good. Like, you know, like quality attracts quality, you know? Actually, we're going to change the color of this background color so I can make sure. Oh, well, fudge. We can put that back to normal then. So just to make sure that I'm filling in the blue properly. See? Yep, I'm goofed. I always do that. Part of the reason why my hand's cramping up is because I'm pressing down really hard and I shouldn't be. I'm gonna get some blood going. Dun dun dun, somebody Facebooking me.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back.
Alright, let me raise the volume on this bit. There we go.
Oof.
Alright, now I can hear you.
Yay. That's weird. It says that there's 3 minutes left in the timer, but yet there is like it's 9 o'clock now. And oh, come on, Flash, don't die on me. Probably because I got too many tabs open. Also, Patreon has a tendency to slow down. Not Patreon. Facebook has a tendency to slow down.
Yeah. Alright.
So what are you up to now? Still doing the thing?
Yeah, I'm about to install the virtual machine and go through all that nonsense.
Fun.
Alright. Do I still have the installer? It's apparently free, so it should be fun. Virtual machine, Ubuntu, something.
So it's funny, like I found another tutorial for Animate, specifically for Animate CC, as opposed to just
Right.
Flash. And basically,
Right.
the tutorial is apparently for integrating programming both in ActionScript and in JavaScript, and for integrating. And one of the higher level, one of the last lessons is for integrating libraries.
Right.
So
Is it virtual box?
hopefully that lasts for a while.
It should.
I don't know. I'm still kind of bummed that Linda took away the. Bless you.
Thank you.
Still kind of bummed that that Linda took away the ActionScript tutorial.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll live, but I do want to start applying what I'm learning to my app, and I'm kind of just like, nah, why is it taking so long? Like, last time I was on a Linda tutorial or a Toon Boom tutorial, I was able to sort of immediately apply as I went. But with programming, it's like, it's not that simple. It has to be compiled.
Yeah! Hello.
It's like, as much as I love putting trace statements in the output window, what does this have to do with what I want to learn?
Oh god.
Then again, one of the easiest things to forget, or at least that I always forget whenever I'm doing my art, is just like, I didn't get where I am overnight. It took a lot of frustration. And not actually being able to draw exactly what I wanted.
Right. By the way, I'm installing the virtual box later because it has to cut my internet connection to do all that.
That sounds fun. Well, you just set it to install while you're asleep.
Yeah. Well, it won't take long. Fuck it, won't take long. I remember last time I did it, it took like a couple minutes. I'm just being lazy. I need to install this, yes. So, I might get cut off.
Or you could put it off until you have to go to sleep.
Yeah, it'll only take a few minutes. Bong. Let's see, in the meantime.
Yes. Didn't I set the clock to run?
Yeah, you're at 35 seconds on my screen.
Well, no, because I'm like looking at my my desktop timer. I'm like, huh, that's weird that it's not running out of time.
Oh,
or that
really?
the alarm isn't going off.
Yeah.
Like I'm keeping
you're at 20 seconds on my screen.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on it I mean, I'm 10 seconds off. I mean, 10 seconds off from delayed, but I'm keeping an eye on it, closer on it this time than I was like my other streams. But it's just usually that they go off around the same time. But I think they're going to be a few seconds off. There we go. Alright, so let us try this out again. Gato. The Sanix. Mostly because I'm still going through Odyssey on my own.
Okay.
So we're gonna take that and do a 3-minute break. So put pause on the Donkey Kongs. Take a 5-minute break.
2 virtual.
0. Let's see how far I can get in 5 minutes. Oh wait, you guys won't be able to see because I haven't set a clock here. So you're just gonna have to trust when I say 5 minutes, it'll be 5 minutes. And start. Mania mode.
Windows 10 64-bit. It's fine. Web stuff. Select the random.
And spin dash. And no, that's not where you go for that. Crap. I am screwing this up.
Yeah, I can do that. I got 16 gigs of RAM. I can sacrifice 2 gigs.
Yes, sacrifice all the gigs.
Yeah, well, it's a virtual machine. It has to siphon some energy. I'm like, I got some gigs.
Oh god, no!
What'd you do?
I ran into a Robotnik box. So normally if I was playing time trial mode, I would just like, I will forget this. Fuck. Fuck. I'm screwing this up so badly. Luckily, it still only takes a minute to get to the end of the stage. Yes, ring all the evil Michael Jackson music. One more hit. Dang it, Tails! Tails, you're supposed to be my bud. You failed me, Tails.
Creating fixed storage.
Yes, whatever. Tails, you're going the wrong way. Why, Tails? Why would you go the wrong way?
Sidekick always goes the wrong way.
Speed shoes again. Gotta go fast. Speed shoes again.
Yes. There you go.
Go fast. All the fast.
Nice. Oh.
Are you following it?
There were times where I played this game and I was like, nope, I'm getting all the things.
Alright, we're going to cheat because I need to get to the end of this and I want to keep all my rings. Yeah, you're screwed, butthole. Cheat, cheat, all the cheat. What part of Invincible do you not understand, Robotnik?
Did you activate something?
I did. You'll see in a minute. Thank you, Tails. So I can't skip the cutscene, so I'll probably just get to the end of, I may get to the end of Chemical Plant Act 2 by the end of this break. Or not Act 2, Chemical Plant Act 1.
What does it say?
Act 2, I'm not that fast. And I say even, as in I'm on the low end of fast for speedrunners.
What?
Yep. All that
acid trip.
All the acid trip. So this is the level to practice speedrunning on. Mostly because you can do a special technique called the slope dash. Why? Still why again?
I like when like you have to wait a while and then he's like tapping his foot like, come on, dude. You're like, it's not my fault.
Well, it actually is my fault because I've been goofing off. Yes, did it.
Nice.
Oh no, you can't see it yet. It's where I take the shortcut. You'll see it in a hot minute. Get that. And...
Okay. While you're at it.
And go super. And this level's gonna be the last level I beat before the break's over, simply because... And 22 seconds. Wow, there's still time. I beat 3 stages in 5 minutes.
Oh, you lost all your. You might as well collect all.
Yeah, no, I lost all my rings. It's okay. The point is to be in the level within the like 5 minutes that I have.
Yeah.
And that's time. So. Yeah, well, we're not here for Sonic. We're here for Sonic. You know what I mean?
We're not here for Sonic. We're here for Sonic.
So, time to get back to work for the last time. So, actually, that went pretty well, all things considered. That just means I have to make sure that everything is working before I start doing things. So, that was great. So, we're going to put the Twitch timer for an hour.
Find my... So this is gonna take 12 minutes to install. Okay, let me go grab my... Oh, it's downstairs, damn it. Let me grab my iPad.
So...
No, I did bring it upstairs. Damn it, go back upstairs.
Wah, wah. Silly Jiggy.
Yeah. Hashtag absent-minded Jiggy. That happens a lot.
I'm just gonna figure out like how to insert those into actual social media promos as opposed to just this is me trying to meta commentary on my particular mood. Still 3 levels in 1 minute. That was pretty good. That being said, the game gets a lot harder, so it's not as easy to do later on.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Like Chemical Plant Act 2 is pretty long. Studiopolis isn't neither Studiopolis is that long, but you can't really do either. You can do one of them in 5 minutes, but you can't do the boss in 5 minutes. In under 5 minutes unless you skip it. And then the same thing with Studiopolis Zone Act 2, where actually the boss can be cheesed with Supersonic or Tails, but the actual level, you kind of need to route that properly without breaking it, if you don't want to do it without breaking it. Mostly because I'm just not one for those kinds of break skips. Like, I don't have the fingers for that. So yeah, this is gonna be our last work session. And then that's gonna be it for the night.
Nice. Yeah, I can't believe it's 9:15. I don't feel like I can get anything done. You know, I'm like, nah, I've been up since like 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, well, I find that my to-do list, like, back when I was in school, like, in high school, I was like, oh, well, I can get all the things done. And then in college, I was like, I can get most of the things done. And now, like, as an adult, I can only get 1 or 2 of the things done. And then even if I do get, like, enough done to count as, like, the task is done, then my day's like, my body's like, I did the thing, we're done for the day. I'm like, that's not how this works. You still have a lot more stuff. I can't hear you. We did the thing. We're done for the day.
It's like, I can't hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Plus, admittedly, like with the blog post on Facebook, that was more for comprehension's sake, or comprehensiveness is the sake. Because I kind of got tired after a while of just like, okay, here's the answer to all these questions that I thought you could intuit from my post, but apparently not. So I'm just gonna be as thorough as possible so that you don't have any questions. I mean, that's what.
But then you're gonna get people that are only gonna read like part of it and be like, I have a question. Read the entire thing.
Oh, that's what I redirect them to nowadays. Well, that was a post where it was too. Whoa, music's getting creepy.
What?
Sorry, the music is getting really creepy. It's kind of fascinating.
It's getting creepy, so it's fascinating. Alrighty then.
Well, scares for me are a very fascinating psychology studies, like, because it's a manipulation of emotion. Like, fun is easy, and to a certain extent, once you figure out how jokes work, jokes are pretty easy too, because it's basically you set up an expectation and then you subvert that expectation, and that's the laugh. Like the ones that I don't understand for me are horror. And, I don't know, horror and manufactured anger. Like those are
manufactured anger.
Like whenever an actor makes me really hate their character, that is for me the mark of a really good actor. Because,
oh, okay.
Like, I know in my brain, that person, in my human brain, that person is a person just playing a character, and that they don't really mean to say all the racist, bigoted, or evil things that they say.
Right.
But when they can do that without, but then when I forget that with my lizard brain, I'm like, oh, you are good at what you do.
Right.
So apparently this song is called High Tide Ride.
Okay.
Or is it called High Tide Ride? Oh no, it's just basically they sing together several different songs again. That's cool. So yeah, when a song gives me a chill in my bones, then that's when I'm like, oh wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
It's like the Fox logo in Aliens. How it starts off like the regular Fox logo, and then it gets creepy and it trails off to the end like, something is wrong and you should be afraid.
It's like, you should not be comfortable right now.
So, like, video games are really good at that, when the music changes in the middle of a celebration tune, and then suddenly, like, the last level is revealed to, the end of the level is revealed to not be the end of the level.
Right.
So you have to, like, oh, we're doing it again. Well, screw you too, game.
Screw you, hippie.
Hi. So I wonder whether that worked out for everybody as in terms of the game as a break. Wonder if
that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, is that something that works out? Because I'm totally down for using my breaks for that instead, as opposed to getting up and going away and doing a thing. Alternately, I might just alternate them simply because I do actually need to get away from the computer, and putting myself in front of another screen is not the most conducive way to do that.
Probably not.
So, if I could poll Twitch, and also if I could get a consistent enough turnout to be able to poll Twitch, I'd put that to them. But it's just not consistent enough to gauge. So I think like I love doing that one critique stream, but that requires an influx of work to critique.
Right.
So it is what it is. Whew. Whew. Yeah, it is almost my bedtime too. And actually, once the stream's done, I have to sketch out another Crimson Fly strip because I want to keep that buffer going. But yeah, I might use the Flybit strips as tests for the JavaScript stuff, and then move on to the animated ones once we get a handle on that.
Right. Yeah, that'll work. Oh no, that's not gonna work.
It's weird because it feels like figuring this stuff out is inevitable, but you know, being stuck in that phase of figuring it out is just frustrating.
It is. Once you get the aha moments going, it's like, okay, we're doing that now.
Yep.
Like we're gonna do this now.
Well, because like I had that in the lead up to the first version of it. Because like back when I was in Savannah during the winter break, I was working on a static version of the same idea.
Right.
And that didn't so much go anywhere as it kind of transitioned into my graduate thesis, wherein I put all the code on a series of frames and all the animation on a series of frames, and Flash did not like that at all.
Oh, Flash said no.
Well, because I was putting like how many pages was in that? Like 18 pages of animation in a single Flash file.
Well, in that case.
Well, and that's how I learned that Flash doesn't like having everything going at the same time. It just wants to be able to load something that's already pre-programmed. I just didn't figure that it wasn't until I put it on my phone that I realized that it wants to do as little work as possible. Because it would because it's like on my phone, you've seen it chugs and it eats up the battery and it doesn't know how to shut off.
Right.
And those are things that I don't know how to program yet. I didn't know how to program. I still don't know how to program. And if Animate is going to continue being the way it is, those are things I'm going to have to learn how to program.
Right.
Until they kill Animate, at which point it just becomes a straight up JavaScript app. So that'll be what it is. Meanwhile, it sounds like Hubby's having fun.
He's playing PvP. He has to finish his Iron Banner stuff. He still has to get full armor for like 3 of his characters, but he keeps getting like incompletes all the time. He keeps getting pissed about it.
I can imagine. Cause that's like random loot drops, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's random loot drops, but it's like, you get Iron Banner tokens. And every like 40 tokens, 20 or 40 tokens, you get an Iron Banner package, and the Iron Banner package has the chance to have Iron Banner gear. Well, it's all Iron Banner gear, but you have a chance to get the armor. And he's, I think, put in like 20 packages.
Yeah, no,
And
I
he
don't
still
do
does not
that.
have the armor. Well, he still doesn't have the armor, which is why he's like, I'm getting the armor tonight. I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, like certain stars and power moons and objectives in Super Mario Odyssey will have me like that, but it's also with that there's no random chance of the game screwing me over. It's usually just a puzzle to be solved. Like
Yeah, but you're talking in games like Destiny, it's RNGesus. You're at the whim of RNGesus.
AKA, how much money can we squeeze out of you to
Not so
improve your
much.
odds?
Yeah, he doesn't buy stuff. Because if you can get it in game, there's no point.
Well, that's what's supposed to be the point anyway.
Yeah.
Turns out not so much in those kinds of games. So it was funny. I was listening to Jim Sterling this morning, and he went all ham on Steam.
What did Steam do?
So like Steam Direct was supposed to be the sequel to. Wow, hubby's not happy. This is actually kind of funny.
He's laughing actually.
Oh, that's good.
He's playing with our certified tryhard right now, so they're like going all ham in the Iron Banner.
Well, that's good. But so Steam Direct was supposed to be the sequel to Steam Greenlight, and apparently it's worse.
Oh, like they didn't fix anything from their previous attempt.
It's worse than Greenlight, apparently.
That's bad.
Well, it's the same issue that plagues YouTube and Facebook. Like, the tech companies can't just say, let the algorithms figure it out for themselves. You need to hire people to curate this stuff.
Yeah, I'm
And
sorry.
in Facebook's case, you need to hire people who aren't racist.
Not even just that, like, for those of you on the stream that are familiar with genetic programming and AI and how all that shit works, so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to program the algorithms to do like a semi-AI thing where it learns and blah blah. It's like, no, like we're nowhere near that yet.
Well, not only are we nowhere near that, you're in an environment where not correcting these things have actual consequences.
Right.
Like you're not just the fun little getaway spot for kids in college anymore. Like again, and this isn't to bag on any Russian viewers. Like, sorry, we know that that Russia was involved in the 2016 elections. Like that's a thing that's an incontrovertible fact. Like, to say nothing of our own foibles, where like Bernie Sanders got popular on Facebook.
Right.
Like, you don't get to say, oh well, we had nothing to do with that. You did.
Right. Like no, you did that. You did all of that.
Or if somebody was properly creating YouTube, PewDiePie would not have spewed as much garbage as he did. And the thing is,
the stupid thing was when I watched PewDiePie, like it was when he was.
Say again?
And then I was watching PewDiePie when he was doing like the horror games and stuff like that. But then he wanted like, well, now that he got famous, he's like, oh, I want to do other stuff because that's what I really want to do. I just did this because you guys were laughing at it, and it's like, yeah, but that's why we're watching you. You go do that other stuff. We're not gonna watch you. And then, like you said, he does dumb stuff.
Well, in his defense, like, you have to evolve with the times. Like, one of my friends on Facebook was mentioning that, like, that after doing shows for a few years, he's starting to see diminishing returns because he sees the same old regulars, and if you don't have something new for them, well, then, what do you sell them? They already have everything that you have to sell.
Right.
And I mean, I can sort of see where PewDiePie is trying to come from. Like, programming has been the first thing that I've tried from my perspective of what I want to do. That I'm just like, brick wall. It's like the first brick wall in a long time.
Right.
Like, once I got illustration and storyboarding down, like, comics came pretty simple, and then storyboarding is pretty simple, to a point where I think that, like, my appeal in the mass market is more for storyboarding than it is for animation.
Right.
But programming was the first thing in a while where it's just like, you can't do that. And then also why I don't sing on stream anymore, because that's like another thing where it's like, you're not even bad, you're just not good, you're boring.
Right.
So, like, I understand where he's coming from, where he wants to try new things. But the things that he wants to try are just it's not in his wheelhouse. But, and the thing, here's the frustrating thing about YouTube is that it does very much need content curation, which sucks. Because without the internet, there couldn't be a Crimson Fly. Even with like even with the Cintiqs and the Flash and what have you.
Right.
There could not be a Crimson Fly without the internet and an open internet. And even social media tools that promote based on the market. Like, it's hypocritical to say, but there couldn't be a Crimson Fly without it. But at the same time, there does need to be curation.
Right.
And Facebook, because we're just at that point where it's just like, okay, it was cute when they were saying harmless, when they weren't saying anything dangerous. But now they are, and you need to put a stop to it, lest you be associated with it.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a bummer. Gee, oh man, I really I either need this OST or I need this game. Mostly because like the music is like evoking Donkey Kong Country 2, which had Donkey Kong Country had great music. Donkey Kong Country 2 for me had the best music of the series.
Okay.
Followed by Country Tropical Freeze, and then followed by Returns. Like, you can tell that they went all out because they weren't sure that they were going to get another game, but they got the budget of, hey, yeah, you did really good with the sequel. Because Donkey Kong has a problem that has a problem that a lot of Nintendo franchises eventually run into. What do you do that either Mario or Link hasn't already done? And this is a problem that even Luigi runs into.
Just do it again, just in another way.
Well, except that Nintendo doesn't like doing that. Like, that's why there isn't an F-Zero HD.
Right.
Because Mario Kart can already do all that stuff. Especially with the 200cc mode. Like, why would you make a F-Zero game when you can just slap it on Mario Kart? And let's save real quickly because Flash did a thing where that was kind of weird. So Donkey Kong has kind of slowly avoided that by by focusing on two-player co-op, or rather, 2-in-1 co-op. So like Diddy Kong enhances Donkey Kong in some way. Like Diddy gives him a jetpack, Cranky gives him Scrooge McDuck's cane, and Dixie gives him a double jump. Rather, Diddy gives him a hover, Dixie gives him a double jump, and Cranky gives him a Scrooge bounce. But you need two Kongs for this. You can't have just the one. Whereas New Super Mario Bros. Just says, yeah, we're just gonna toss 4 people on screen who all have the same ability. Go ham. But I think the game didn't sell well during the twilight years of the Wii U.
No.
But also, Nintendo likes to take their time with these things, too. Like, I mean, that's sort of why you're not going to see the Crimson Fly until you and I get it right.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be Flybits until that happens. Which is actually kind of great because Flybits can serve as a pretty good intro to the Crimson Fly.
It's like, hey, what's up?
I mean, to be fair, sometimes Nintendo can be kind of bullheaded about what they think is going to work. Like Star Fox Zero did not work. And in Mario Odyssey, there are a few buttons that go completely unused that could have been mapped to the advanced moves that require motion controls. I think it's in the spirit of keeping the game simple, i.e., just memorizing a wrist flicker is a lot easier than memorizing which button does the spin toss. It keeps the toss still mapped to the same button. But the motion controls are still not there yet. So I'll flick it in a direction, and Mario will not throw the hat that way. Either that, or I'm playing with a Pro controller, or I'm playing it with the Joy-Con grip, or I'm playing with in handheld mode. I'm like, I don't want to be flicking my Switch like a maniac.
Right.
Because that's how the controls work if you're in handheld mode, is you just fling the Switch in a different direction. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Call me crazy. But,
Look, call me maybe.
It's just, that just seems like a recipe for ending up on a YouTube video for a dude who threw his thing into the metro. Alright. So, white's probably the best color.
Pre-built.
Virtual machine being dumb?
Yeah, it's saying no bootable medium found. No, there is no bootable medium. Goddamn virtual machine. Virtual.
Is this for work or is this for your own app?
This is for me.
Nice.
VirtualBox. Like I said, I shouldn't have deleted the one I had because that was already set up and everything. I was like, fuck.
So you didn't just copy the files over?
No. The VirtualBox, when you get VirtualBox, you have to set it up with like certain specs, like what are you running and all that stuff. The VirtualBox that I got from my school, I deleted it like a moron. It was set up for Linux, which is why I kind of didn't want to use it because I was like, I hated that system. I hate Ubuntu and all that stuff.
Well, to be fair, did you know that you were gonna be you went to school for it, so you had to have known. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Sorry, Jiggy.
Yeah. No, I should have the instructions. You know what? I saved all my instructions too. Because the only reason I had VirtualBox was because I took a web application security class, and that's what it was used for. It was that one class.
Oh, yeah. I guess I would delete it too.
It's like, no, just power off. Machine. Show and explore.
And after this, I can move on to the next shot. Yeah, this isn't going to be done by 2018. It'll probably be done by the end of January, which is fine. This is fine. It's not fine at all. How did I let it get this far?
Ah, Chapter 2, Installation Details. Yay, fudge.
So I love how you're adopting my not swear mannerisms for my stream.
Python version, blah blah blah. I don't care about Python.
What? No, that's not.
That sounds it's another programming language.
No, I know what Python is. I just don't know. Like, you don't care about Python? Why?
I don't care about the SNCC.
Well, actually, Jiggy, Python is a very respected programming language.
It is. It can be respected all at once. It's just not respected on my computer.
Yo-ho!
Blah blah blah.
Yes, I love that there's a segment in this where Sonic is completely faced backwards, so I don't have to do the beige. But it's like 12 frames. I mean, it's like 4 frames, so it's like not that much.
Oh, that's cool.
Not really. It's just lazy on my part. Well, actually, it's not lazy on my part. It was actually a design decision. Lazy would be having Sonic just run backwards the entire time and just not showing his face at all.
We're just gonna uninstall this and reinstall it.
Again?
The virtual. Yeah, I think I fucked up.
Wah, wah.
Uninstall this. How bad? Oh no. This is like the only thing I hate about Windows 10.
Only thing?
There's some things. Like, because it's trying to be more quote-unquote user-friendly, it's doing somewhat of the Apple thing where it's like, I can't go somewhere unless I know exactly where I'm going. At least it doesn't lock you out of stuff. Control panel. That's the thing I'm looking for.
Because I remember, like, with my Surface Pro 2, like, I switched back from Windows 10 to Windows 8 because I didn't like how I was treating the drivers.
Right. I just need a virtual server that's not a bitch.
I forgot to do Sonic's eyes.
You know, Paul's PS4 remote. Oh god, I am so taking out Microsoft. I gotta take out Visual Studio. I don't need the entire thing.
Hey Jiggy, Visual Studios, blah blah blah, I don't know, something.
No, I just need Visual Code, not Visual Studio. God damn.
No, I'm just like really bad at like actuallys.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Well, actually, everyone and their mom wants you to use their IDE. Like, I don't need a full IDE right now, I just need a code editor. Where the hell is it? Or, it's probably under O. Yep, there it is.
Half an hour? Wow. I might actually get the beige done and be done with this shot by the end of the stream. That would be really cool.
That would be really cool. How to use and create virtual machines. Setting up a virtual VMware. I think I have used that way back in the day. Oh my god, I did.
Why are we whispering?
Because I'm kind of talking to myself.
Hello. That's what I've been doing for like the last hour and a half. Right.
Whatever.
The last 2 hours.
Well, talking to yourself, or like I talk to myself, but I like kind of whisper to myself, and then my husband, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, you're on the stream. And it's not so much a no, it's not that. It's just that, you know, that's what we do.
I know. Like, I don't mean to. It's just like, it's like I'm kind of in a thought process and I'm zoned in on what we do.
Oh, very much understand that. It's just like, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't need that. I don't need that. Let's see if I can find a virtual machine that's not gonna like. Pardon me.
You're good. I think everybody's starting to feel it.
Yeah, I might just go back to drawing.
No, Jiggy, figure it out. Don't pull a skip.
Fine.
Cause that's what I would do.
I can just create. I can create it on my computer and then just use WAMP server to host it. I'll just do that. Do recycle bin. Yeah. Clean all that crap out.
Also, I tell you to do it because you're, unlike me, it's not really so much of a lost cause when I'm just like, I'm gonna brute force this. It's like, no, you don't have you don't have the knowledge base to brute force it even if you wanted to. Whereas you actually do. So you have to actually do it.
Alright, click on it.
Also, if I have to brute force this animation, you have to brute force something else.
How to prevent easy install? No, I want an easy install. Beginner's Guide to Creating Virtual Machines with VirtualBox. Oh, where was this like 5 minutes ago?
In the exact same spot?
No, it's just it's a thing. It's a lifehacker.com. It's a beginner's guide to creating virtual machines.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder where, like, what the rationale is for life hacker things. I'm just like, that's not a life hack.
This is an actual, like...
Hack.
I guess to run another host. Yes, I know. Why? I already know that. I already know all of this. Okay, let's get to the part where it's like, first off, do this. Okay, bing. Where is this on?
So I just realized.
I like when they go. I love when like stuff like, here's how to do something. They go through like a 5-paragraph exposition. I don't care about the exposition. Just get to the steps.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like if you know enough to know that the tutorial can help you, you probably don't need the expedition done.
Yeah.
So you know what's kind of weird to me?
What's weird to you?
Like DK and Metroid are two franchises with that Nintendo owns that they don't actually work on. Like they always.
Really?
Like they own them, but they don't really tend to work on them. Like the Country trilogy was done by Rare, yeah.
Okay. I'm
but
gonna say yes.
In fact, I forget if this rumor is actually true, but it's been said that that Rare bought Microsoft bought Rare because they thought they'd get the rights to Donkey Kong. I forget if that's actually true or not.
Oh, I'm a dummy.
Sure.
No, I totally forgot that that's why I needed Ubuntu. Fudge. I'm a dummy.
What did you do?
Okay, so remember, virtual machine is supposed to mimic an actual computer.
Yes.
With an OS and everything. It also has to install the virtual OS like a real computer.
Okay, and you didn't do this, I'm guessing.
No, because it said download the ISO, which is whatever. I forgot what that stood for, but yeah. Ubuntu. All right, is your stuff free, or am I gonna have to like pay for it?
I don't remember Ubuntu being like Linux is free, like Linux is open source, but I don't remember Ubuntu being charged to win.
No, learn how the Ubuntu desktop operating system. Like I've used, that's what we used when I took that security class was Ubuntu, and I hated the user. You had to use Firefox, and I cried so much.
Aren't you supposed to use Firefox with JavaScript?
No, it's web application security. All we dealt with was PHP, SQL, HTML, and CSS. There was no JavaScript because we were writing PHP for server-side or back-end programming.
Yeah, because
we would and we actually had what's something called OSWAP, which was a brute force hacking tool, and we would break our own websites. Like we would build the website with PHP as like the security part, working with the CSS and MySQL, which is a database program, and we would use the OSWAP to break our own web page and find insecurities and vulnerabilities, and then fix it in the code.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I brought that up is because like I remember Mozilla developed JavaScript.
Right, but JavaScript is for making stuff work and look pretty. The reason I had Ubuntu for their class is because my teacher recommended it. Well, not recommended, but that's what he had us use. And I forget what we had to do with it, but yeah, that's what I was doing, like quick and dirty websites in and be like, break, okay. And then I had to write up whole reports saying how I broke the website, what I did to fix it, blah blah blah.
Which makes sense.
I mean, it wasn't a bad class. It was a good class. I was like, oh, you'll learn doing JavaScript the difference between post and get.
Mm-hmm.
Never ever use get. You expose your IP and your cookies and everything.
Your IP or your ISP?
Your IP.
IP meaning?
Your actual like internet address where you are.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just like we've been talking IPs as in intellectual properties for so long that you know.
Yeah. In this case, IP meaning your actual internet address.
Yeah, because like the U.S. government has laws specifically stopping you from taking my IP.
No, it's just where you are on the net, and if you get that, like, that's what they use to find, like Verizon has your IP for your, like, house address, and it also stores your, like, some financial...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody Facebooked me.
Somebody Facebooked you?
Yeah, except that Facebook, like, the tabs have been open for so long that Facebook just doesn't want to work.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, I found that Facebook will now start to do a thing. Oh no! Dandy writes that Streamlabs crashed her Surface twice.
Wow. Ubuntu for developers.
Just weird because like Streamlabs is what I use to display when I've got new followers and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I haven't used this in like a year since it's been updated a lot.
What, Streamlabs or Ubuntu?
Ubuntu. It's up to 17.0. I think the last time I used it was...
Because I don't remember you really using a lot of additional add-ons for OBS.
No, I don't. I gotta do that too. God, that's the other thing.
Well, the other thing is, what I'm worried about with Dandy is that because she's working off of a Surface Pro 3, but I also don't remember. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to stand up for a little minute. I also don't remember. Oof. I also don't remember. I don't remember ever having those kinds of problems with my Surface Pro 2, but I also don't know if I have Streamlabs on mine, so on my Surface Pro 2.
You're right.
Because like my desktop is my main streaming machine, and mostly because it's just not feasible to take anything else anywhere else. It's like, yes, in theory I could stream from the Cintiq Companion wherever I wanted, but I wouldn't have the microphone, I wouldn't have the headphones. Well, I might have the headphones, but I wouldn't have the webcam. And the webcam on the Cintiq Companion is not good. So it's just not a feasible. It's not a great idea to try and stream from the Cintiq Companion anyway.
No. Oh God, no. I mean, especially with all the pressure. Yeah, words are escaping. It's 10 to 10. The load, I should say, that a stream does, and especially if you're streaming and recording at the same time. And let's do high res, and you know, blah 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 blah.
Well, that's why, like.
Okay. And in our cases, we have art programs open. There's memory right there. Well, and using some of the graphics card.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Flash is that intensive on the computers. Because Vector.
I know Photoshop is.
Well, because Vector, it doesn't really matter what I'm working on as long as my layers don't get super crazy.
I was talking to Pupcake. She was like, "Yeah, sometimes I don't name my layers." I'm like, but then again, she only has like 2 or 3 layers, and I have like 25 at the end of a piece. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, well, also, like, for me, I usually end up not, like, finishing a piece in one sitting. So there's not really any sort of revisiting period.
Right.
So if I'm labeling my layers, it's for the sake of any outside observers, not because I need it. Or alternately, like, I'm just not using that many layers.
Right.
Yeah, no, I also don't understand the painter's mentality of having 100 layers in a single file, but that's also just me.
Well, the only reason I just have so many layers is because I want to control a certain section, or I want to do a effect, and I don't want it to affect the rest of the piece. So it's like, okay, I gotta isolate you, and then sometimes I'll actually just a duplicate of a layer in case I screw up really bad, and I'm like, nope, do over, and I can just delete it.
Ooh, I forgot a frame. But
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Stream Labels has been pretty nice for all the other well, actually I don't really use Stream Labels. Mostly because I don't my feed is never active enough, is rarely active enough to necessitate it. Like, it helps, but it's not really a end all be all necessary thing. Oof. Cool. So now we just need to do the beige. Which apparently, according to the Sonic Wiki, it is actually called beige.
It's called beige.
Man, everybody really likes that blog post.
Yeah. No, because Ubuntu is flat out a flat out operating system which you use to replace your current operating system. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm just like checking out the blog post, and like people seem to really like it. Ah, no, Sonic is not beige.
Sonic is not beige. Sonic is not beige.
Well, he's totally beige for somebody. He's just not beige. So yeah, no, it seems like people really like that blog post. Although, I think the issue isn't so much that it feels long as it's just not formatted in a way that's easily digestible.
Right.
Which, thank you, Facebook. Because usually when I'm typing these things up, I usually type them out in Notepad. And if it was part of a book series, I'd probably switch to Atom.
Right.
Just because, you know, folders within folders within folders can be sections of a book. Like, I probably would have, if I had known Atom existed, I probably would have written my graduate thesis in Atom. Like, not coding it, just like literally writing the actual text of my graduate thesis paper in Atom.
Right. ATOM?
Yep. Because actually that's what I did with...
Atom, I was gonna say, Atom at the time that you went to school was not as complicated. I don't even think it was around at that point.
Well, I didn't need it to be. I just needed someplace to dump text without formatting it. Or worrying about the program auto-formatting it. Because I would just use indentations and hyphens to bullet point stuff.
We're gonna use this.
So yeah,
We're totally gonna use. Sorry, I imported. Took back from my job like some of the applications I did, from some projects I did in both Angular and React and Node and JavaScript, just so I can work on them while I'm at home. And I'm like, I'll just convert this one into the website. Bong.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames without beige. It was a nice stream. Well, that's why I like working on this project, the Sonic project, is because Sonic and Tails are so simple in terms of their color schemes.
Yeah,
like the Mario Kart one, I may have to call in help for coloring. It depends on how complicated I make it. I really do need to actually start thumbnailing that. I mean, Mario's not too much more complicated in terms of colors, but still.
Yeah.
14 minutes. Can I get the beige done in 14 minutes?
Bootstrap material. Bootstrap material. Yes. This is what I was looking for. Different angular.
You know what would have been cool?
Hmm.
Making an animation studio called Monochrome Cartoons.
Monochrome cartoons?
Yeah, so that way I wouldn't have to do any of this crap. I would just be like, okay, gray, different shade of gray, different shades of gray, but never 50. They're getting a third movie apparently.
What do you mean they're getting a third movie?
Like I was in the theater for Lady Bird. And I was like, what? They got a sequel? And somebody's like, no, this is their third movie. Twilight fan fiction.
Oh god, no. Please don't. That hurts just thinking about that.
Well, one of my friends, Sparkflow, was just like, dude, you should do video essays. And I was like, he's like, dude, my dude.
My dude. I like how he's...
Well, because, like, you've heard me. And whereas, like, I'm sort of ranting into my friends who've either already heard all the rants or, you know, already believe the same as I do. So
right.
it's basically a kind of a circle jerk to not try and expand who I'm talking to.
Right.
And my issue is that I want to do it right, quote unquote, whatever that means. But he always points out that, you know, the internet is the internet. And there are people who are making more for less. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to be one of those guys. He's like, you won't be. You just have to get started. Like, I guess I would want to start with an opinion piece and then sort of move into factual or reference pieces. Because I guess for me, like, the bar has been set really high by like I was talking to another friend about how about the internet and how there's like crap on it, and how he's like, it was mostly crap. I'm like, dude, my dude, like Game Maker's Toolkit is a godsend in the morning. Like, he's one of the few video essayists where I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad that he's making an entire living, or rather the entire venture is being sustained via Patreon, because we need more people like him.
Right.
I actually do wonder whether the extra credits guys are supported by Patreon entirely. Because that's another thing too. Though it feels like they're losing steam, and I'm kind of sad about that. I don't know, I haven't been following them for a while.
Okay.
You ever seen Extra Credits, the video essay show?
No, I have not. I mean, I think, like I said, Chris watches all that YouTube stuff, and that's funny because he doesn't watch TV. I watch a lot of TV, but not a lot of YouTube stuff.
So basically what they do is every Wednesday they do a series of animatics talking about the game industry, and they're more about positivity.
Okay.
So like, if Jim Sterling is the devil shoulder angel, then they're the angel shoulder angel.
Right.
And so they do a series of animatics, but they also kind of get more hypothetical, not hypothetical, theoretical and academic. So it can sometimes it can make even for somebody like me, make their stuff a little boring to listen to sometimes.
Right.
It helps with the aging of their stuff, because like Jim Sterling, after a while you can't, like, his stuff stays relevant simply because the cycles keep repeating themselves. So like his Steam Greenlight stuff shouldn't be relevant if the industry does what it's supposed to do, but it is because it keeps cycling back and the industry keeps pulling the same old crap.
Right.
Whereas their stuff is more universal. Like in almost all my classes, I always end up showing the pose design video that they did for Extra Frames, because it's like, yeah, the tracer controversy is over, and the solution that they gave was actually not much, but was, I think, in my personal opinion, worse than the original version.
Oops.
Well, like, because they're like, oh yeah, like, because the first post was like, look at my butt. It's sexy, isn't it? And then the second one was just like, I'm balancing on one foot so you can look at my butt.
Balancing. What?
It's one of her victory poses.
Okay.
But anyway, I always show that video because it's basically, this is how you show personality in posing. And it really does always start with the silhouette unless the character is in motion.
Right.
And even when the character is in motion, you still need as good a silhouette as you can manage for your character. Like Mario's silhouette when he's jumping is still it's still readily apparent what he's supposed to be doing. Whereas Sonic turns into a ball, which I mean is a silhouette, clear silhouette, but it's also not indicative of what he's supposed to be doing. Man, how long is this soundtrack? Ah, Base Sonic.
Long. It's long.
We started the game. I mean, we started the stream to this song, to this soundtrack.
That's funny.
Like, I mean, no pun intended, but like most Sonic soundtracks are over by now, and I have to go on to the next one. Like even for Sonic Adventure 2, I have to go on to the next. Like I can only play that once per stream because it goes on to it's over by the next one.
What?
What? You have to share with the class, Jiggy. Nobody can see your screen.
Sorry, no, I tried to pull up the active development window for Angular. So basically, every time I modify Angular's code, it updates the app in the internet window, so I can see all the stuff that's going on and be like, okay, this is what. Like, I can look at it before I publish it, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Wait, doesn't Flash do that automatically?
Not in real time. Like, say I built. So, like, when you download Angular and you tell it to activate the server, it's a local host server. And what it does is it'll open a window in Chrome and it'll show you your web app as it is built while you're building it. So every time, so say you change a file in the Angular structure, like you change a component to read something else and you hit save, it'll automatically update in the window.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can see what it looks like as you're doing it, and then you can be like, oh, I didn't want to do that. And you've seen me use the developer tools, like I use that, like if it gives me an error on the backside, I can say, oh, I'm having a problem over here, okay. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff I can do, but it's telling me I don't have a certain thing, and I'm like, well, that's kind of funny, because, yeah.
I have a thing. Alright, so let's check the colors one more time, because I think we're done.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, no, I'm literally done. Like I finished the beige, I finished the red. So let's see, check the colors really quickly. Frame, everything's good. Let's zoom up a little bit so I can make sure that everybody can see everything. All right.
Make sure all this stuff is.
Well, no, because it's a bad habit of mine where I will miss a color in a spot. See, I did it right here on this frame. I didn't fill in the strap. And I'll call it a day, and then maybe 3 years, and then a year later I'll be like, oh, I missed all of this stuff. Well, like it bit me in the ass because one day, like 1 year I submitted my senior year of college, I submitted my senior film to the film festival, and a week later, Tillman walks up to me in the hallway, just like, oh, if only it was cleaner, man. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, oh, I didn't get into the film festival. So I'm trying to get better at that. Because the thing is that, like, normally with, like, Photoshop and Flash, it would auto-fill and make sure that everything is filled in. Right. But the way that I'm doing it to make sure that I maintain the exact control over it means that it's not doing that.
Right.
So if I goof on the paint job, it's not so much noticeable as they cumulatively stack. So it's like you don't feel it, until you watch it and you're like, why does it feel so scratchy? And not in a way that feels intentional.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Which isn't like, because like the animation goes by fast enough, but it still will read poorly. All right, so save that. Whew.
Yeah, I know I don't have an Angular core dependency. That's why I'm trying to install it. Oh, but then you must install. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see if we can do this now.
Control. So it's apparently. Oh wait, no. Control. Test movie in Flash. All right, and I think we're good.
You kosher? Are you kosher?
Almost. I need to add a shadow for Sonic.
Okay.
But trust me, like if you check it out for a hot minute, it looks badass.
Go over. Hey, oh, I'm over here now. No, I'm not. I don't know where I am. I have like 500 windows open now, because reasons. SkipperWing. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just need to add shadows to Sonic and the bombs so that way they feel grounded. And I can move on to shot 6.
Woohoo!
And this thing is still going. So I'm gonna keep doing that for. Actually, it's 10:09, so I'm gonna actually call it a stop here.
Yeah, I was like, I would do that.
Well, I mean the work timer hasn't run out yet, but I still need to say my bye-byes. So.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming by to the Skip stream tonight. Next time, tell your friends, tell all your enemies, tell all your peoples you know. Anywho, I would like to thank Hydrogen. I would like to also thank, as soon as the list pops up for people who are still here, Kuru Pirag, thank you. Viejo Rafa, thank you. Viejo Rafa, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Thank you guys for hanging out for the duration of the stream. Much appreciated. I'd also like to thank Jiggy Art for co-hosting with me tonight. It was lots of fun, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. The next stream will be 2 days from now, Wednesday, November 29th. And hopefully we won't be doing as much Crimfly. We'll be doing more Sonic. And we'll be cleaning up shot 6 through 12 as it's labeled in the shot list. So yeah, thank you guys for popping by, and I'll see you in the next stream. Night, everybody.
Peace.